Hello everyone, and welcome to your last In the Know episode of the year. I'm your host, Mr. Bell. On today's episode, Mr. Silva will show us some highlights of the past year. Mr. Matthews will get some hilarious jumping bean action. Mrs. Thompson will say some pretty snazzy words. Mrs. Nielsen will give us a quick and final reminder, and Mrs. Crocker will give us a brief update. But we can't start any episode, even the last one, without this. First off, we have Mr. Silva with everyone's favorite memories of the 2012 school year.
Thanks, Mr. Bell. Hey everyone, it's Mr. Silva. Today we'll be interviewing students about their favorite moments in the 2011-2012 school year.
My favorite moment this year was the end of the year passport party because we got to bowl and we got to watch a movie with free popcorn and soda. It was lots of fun.
My favorite moment of 8th grade was watching Mr. Dora dance at Inspired in the dessert dance.
My favorite moment of 7th grade was having Mr. Silva for a second term, because what's better than having Mr. Silva?
So my favorite moment in 7th grade was when Mr. Hudson said jeepers and he actually meant it. So Heather sneezed really loud and he was like jeepers and got really scared. And now we make fun of him for it. But yeah, I don't mean to be mean, but it was funny.
So my favorite of middle school or the 8th grade was probably the dessert dance because, I don't know, it was just everybody coming together and, you didn't really care who you were with. It was just a lot of fun.
The food was really good.
My favorite moment from 7th grade was when I went on the Boston, New York spring break trip with Mr. Matthews. And it's got to be my favorite because there was a lot of history there and a lot of humor. And one of the humorous things that happened on that trip was when we were in a restaurant in New York, a sub shop kind of thing, Mr. Matthews went down the stairs and he tried to go into the girls' restroom. He thought he was a girl there for a second, and when he did that, I said, "Nice try, Mr. Matthews," but it's not happened. And this is probably really embarrassing for him, but I think it's really funny.
Okay, my favorite moment of 6th grade of this year was the passport party for a second quarter. We got to use chopsticks and pick up gummy bears, I think, and we had to feed the other person.
My favorite moment of 8th grade was when Mr. Silva went through the trash can things on that scooter board at the assembly, because it was really funny.
Well, second quarter passport party when we used chopsticks to pick up Sour Patch Kids.
My favorite part about 7th grade was when we went on the Hero Challenge. My favorite part about the Hero Challenge was when we went on the zip line because that helped me achieve one of my goals in life.
My favorite moment of 8th grade was the Dramathon because when we watched a movie, I got to listen to all of Delena's awesome commentary.
Okay, so my favorite part of 8th grade was definitely the dessert dance. There was a lot of good food and we all worked really hard to make it look good. And even though there was a lot of good food and I am a guy, I still think my favorite part was the dances, especially the slow songs, which is kind of weird, but if you were there, you would know why.
Wow, we sure had a lot of fun this year. I'm sure anyone can see that. We can't wait until next year, but until then, I'm Mr. Silva signing off. Back to you, Mr. Bell.
Thanks, Mr. Silva. We all had a great year. Next, we go to Mr. Matthews for the last Jumping Bean segment of the year.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Matthews to host the last segment of Jumping Bean. Certainly won't be like Emily does it, but not bad. Here I am with Mrs. Alleman, and we're about to head out on a very, very treacherous journey. Come along. Okay, Mrs. Alleman, here we go. She's trusting me. This is not a good idea. Okay, we are going to walk 5 paces forward, Mrs. Alleman. 5 paces forward. Those are baby steps. We want to take big girl steps.
I don't want to do big girl
Come on, big girl steps. There's a big crack right here. If you take a great big crack. Okay, wait. Okay. Now, you're kind of you're like at the Grand Canyon of cracks. So step over real big. Up, high, and okay, good. And over. Excellent. Okay. Okay, now 10 steps forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you better stop at 4 because.
You know, this fast walk thing is not as much fun as it. When we do it with the kids, it seems so fun.
Yeah.
It's not as much fun as you.
Yeah. It will. Okay. I'm not very good at this. Okay. Right. Perfect. 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 Do you feel that?
Oh, it's a frisbee.
That's a frisbee. Yeah. Okay. So we want you to use the directional powers of your. Well, I guess bats kind of can do this when they're blind. So we're going to hope that you can do this blind. You have the frisbee golf 15 feet in front of you. We just want you to throw that thing, give it a whirl, and see if you can make a frisbee golf shot on the count of 3. Ready? You can do it. Okay.
You recommend this way, or
I recommend the just sort of the tomahawk chop throw. I don't know. Maybe I should go over.
tomahawk chop throw?
Yes. Should I go over to where the basket is and you can locate my voice?
Sure.
Okay. Here we go.
I feel like it, right.
Okay, now if you throw it violently, it might hit me. So I'm going to duck over here behind this on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness, that was not too bad, Mrs. Alleman. That was not too bad at all. You didn't make it, but it wasn't too bad. Okay, now here's what we have to do. There is something amazingly fantastic coming up here.
Okay.
And I just want you to stop right here.
Ice cream? I love ice cream.
And let me just come down here and just show the amazingness of what's going on here. That's like a wild pack of crazy beasts. So let's just walk. If we walk quickly, they won't hurt us.
Okay.
Okay, keep your shoulder with me. We're walking quickly. Ready? 8 quick steps. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Okay. Whew, we're safely through. We're safely through. Let's stop here. Oh my goodness, that was so scary. Okay. There's an entire classroom looking at you, so we want. No. So rotate to your right just slightly, and then take. There you go, and then take like. Okay, not that. Slightly less. There, perfect. Now just go like 8 more steps, so this classroom will leave us alone. A bunch of strange 6th graders in there. They're scary. You want to talk about wild beasts? That is a Wilson basketball, and we are going to have you try to shoot a basket here. I'm going to stand near the basketball hoop, and since very few of the kids know that you played college basketball, I thought it would be good to show us how you can make a shot blindfolded. Okay, on the count of 3, show us that fine free throw form. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Awesome shot. I think okay, that's gonna hit a car. That's gonna leave a mark. Let's get out of here quick. I think the school's gonna be sued for that. 1 step. Perfect, and then okay, you are so perfectly positioned. Now, sitting at your feet, besides a bunch of wonderful, adoring students who sit at your feet and learn from the fount of knowledge every day, is a magical something. And we need you to...
Pot of gold.
Oh, my word. I think I just wet my pants. Okay.
PE bell, or I'm actually supposed to be teaching right
Okay. Now reach down toward your feet. Okay. Continue. Okay, there. Good. Feel it. Use your best. Excellent. And if you can, it is. Now, if you can open, now you could break this thing before we even. How is okay? And let's just. Okay, you're doing awesome. It's a treasure chest. And reach inside there, and there's a furry. Yeah, just reach inside. There's no furry. No, to your left. He's over to the left. No, to your right. He's over to your right. Reach in there confidently. Okay, there's nothing furry, but you have it. Oh, that's awesome. And if you can just take that and turn that around. Perfect. And turn it over the other way. And then rotate it 90 degrees. And then pivot yourself to your left. And then hold it up and smile and say, Happy summer.
Happy summer.
Well done. Happy summer, kids. Have a great time.
Thanks, Mr. Matthews. That was a great way to end up the year. Next up, we have Mrs. Thompson, discovering some pretty tricky words.
Thanks, Mr. Bell. I'm Mrs. Thompson, here for Word of the Week, the segment where we read and define your words. I'll be reading the words and defining them on the spot. I haven't seen these words yet, so we'll see how I do. Here are our words of the week for this week. Flibber, a cross between being flustered and a fibber, I guess. Brosive, an abrasive brother. I have one of those. Shapper. You look very shapper today, Christopher. Wafflecopter. Oh, I love when the wafflecopters come in during the air show. They look so cool. I wish I had a wafflecopter. Ooh, yuppers and gurp. You know, after I eat my yupper, I gurp a lot. I think I probably shouldn't eat so many beans at yupper time. Foodaloodia. You know, sometimes when I don't know where I am, I might think I'm in Foodaloodia. It's a really magical land. Spider-Man is from there. Piperiloncata. I can't even say that word. It sounds kind of like Hakuna Matata. So instead of, maybe that's for Lion King too. Maybe the Piperiloncata. Have a wonderful day. Wow, those words were really hard. If you don't believe me, over the summer have your friends make up some more words and have them record you saying them, then you'll agree it's harder than you think. Whoever put those words in the box, we wanted to put them all in, but sadly, we could not. So thank you to Madison, Smallwood, Gadden, Moody for creating this segment. And back to you, Mr. Bell.
Thank you, Mrs. Thompson. I'm glad I don't have to say those words. Now, Mrs. Nielsen will remind us about the end of the year stuff.
Thanks, Mr. Bell. We have a few quick reminders this week. Since this is our last week of school, we get out at 11:25 on Friday. Don't forget to be safe, respectful, and responsible, but most importantly, have fun. Thank you, students, for working so hard this year. We can't wait to see you next year. Also, thank you to everyone who tried out for the Jumping Bean movie. We wanted to pick all of you, but sadly, only had a few spots open. Please don't forget to show up on your scheduled times of shooting over the summer. Back to you, Mr. Bell.
Thanks, Mrs. Nielsen. I hope you all have a great, safe summer. Now we go to Mrs. Crocker with updates.
Students, we're going to miss you. We have had a great year with you. Think back on football and volleyball, soccer, Mulan, the concerts, the talent show, the musical review, the math, the Boston, the New York trip, all the amazing things, the geography bee, Geoman, grammar, and lots of history and math and writing and computers. And we just have enjoyed so much every minute with you, and we hope you have a wonderful, wonderful summer. We will. We wish the best for you.
Nice job. There we go.
Have a great summer.
Have a great summer.
Good work.
Thanks, Mrs. Crocker. And now for your week. On the 15th, we have 7th and 8th grade awards, and school gets out at 11:25. Thank you, students and staff, for a great school year, and we look forward to next year. Goodbye.
I'm really not as dumb as I look on screen.